Remember when Britain's Got Talent could bring an entire nation to tears or get everyone talking the next day? When Susan Boyle stunned the world with a single note? Or when diversity flipped their way into UK history? Yeah, those days feel long gone. Now BGT seems more like a bloated reality show parody of itself, loaded with pre-packaged emotions and acts you've seen 100 times. And here's the thing, it didn't fall off overnight. One moment, it was discovering unknown talent in the streets of Britain. The next, you're watching a magician from Spain with millions of YouTube views pretending he's just trying his luck. Somewhere along the way, the magic turned into marketing. You're not imagining it. Fans online have been calling this out for years. From Reddit to YouTube to X, people are asking the same thing. What happened to this show? And the warning signs. They're everywhere. Ratings are slipping, critiques are getting softer, and viewers feel more manipulated than moved. So why does Britain's Got Talent suck now? Well, buckle in, because what we found will make you question if the show can ever recover. This isn't just about talent. It's about the soul of the show and how it might have lost it completely. To understand how Britain's Got Talent fell off, you need to remember just how good it used to be. Back in the late 2000s, BGT mattered. It wasn't just a TV show, it was a cultural event. Families actually sat down together to watch it live. People weren't doom-scrolling or skipping through clips. They were glued to their screens, not knowing what would happen next. Take 2007. A mobile phone salesman named Paul Potts walks on stage looking completely out of place. Then, boom, he sings opera and silences the room. Or Susan Boyle in 2009. Middle-aged woman from Scotland, mocked for her looks, becomes a global phenomenon the second she opens her mouth. Those moments were real, raw, and completely unexpected. They made headlines across the world not because the show pushed them to go viral, but because the world couldn't look away. And let's not forget diversity in 2009. A dance group that was creative, fresh, and totally new. It was the kind of act you'd never seen before on British TV. But it wasn't just the contestants. The judges back then brought balance and fire. Simon Cowell was the sharp truth teller. Amanda Holden had heart. Piers Morgan, like him or not, kept things sharp. And later, David Walliams brought humor without turning it into a total joke. There was chemistry and tension. You never knew who'd argue, who'd cry, or who'd press the buzzer. Everything felt fresh. Even the sob stories, when they came up, felt genuine. The production didn't drown every backstory in sad piano music or flashy edits. It let the talent speak for itself. That's what made BGT golden. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest, and people loved it for that. So, what happened? How did a show that used to surprise us start feeling so fake? Coming up next, the real reason the magic wore off. Somewhere along the road, Britain's Got Talent stopped being about talent and started becoming a machine. A well-oiled, overproduced machine that knows exactly how to squeeze a tear, force a laugh, and manufacture a moment. The problem? Viewers have caught on. Let's start with the sob stories. In the earlier seasons, you'd get the occasional emotional backstory, someone overcoming hardship, doing this for a loved one, or chasing a dream against the odds. But now? It feels like every contestant has a tragic past tied up in a cinematic montage, scored with dramatic piano music that swells at just the right time. It's not emotional, it's manipulative. And the stories themselves? They're getting more unbelievable. Contestants show up claiming to be amateurs or just trying their luck, only to later be exposed online as experienced performers with agents, past TV appearances, or viral success elsewhere. One singer, discovered on BGT, was already signed to a record label. Another new magician had performed on talent shows in multiple countries before appearing on the UK stage. The audience isn't stupid. They're Googling these acts 5 minutes after the episode airs. This fake underdog narrative strips the show of its credibility. What made BGT powerful was seeing everyday people do extraordinary things. Now it feels more like we're watching a casting call for social media influencers and international pros trying to game the format for exposure. Even reactions feel scripted. Judges cry in sync. Golden buzzers happen like clockwork. Once every few episodes, always with the same slow-motion glitter shot and rehearsed expressions of shock. The spontaneity is gone. You know the beats. You feel the formula. And the editing? Brutal. In early seasons, performances spoke for themselves. Now, we get constant cutaways to crying audience members, overly dramatic lighting, and sound design that screams, "This is a big moment," whether or not the talent actually earned it. It's not just fans who've noticed. Scroll through Reddit or YouTube comment sections, and you'll see words like fake, scripted, overproduced. Viewers miss when things felt real. When someone could walk on stage without a 3-minute backstory and just shock you with their talent. Even the pacing has changed. BGT used to breathe. Now it's rapid fire, packed with montages and commercial-friendly clips designed for quick social media views. Everything feels like it's racing toward the next meme or shareable moment. And that's the biggest shift. Britain's Got Talent used to find magic. Now, it tries to manufacture it. But magic doesn't work that way. You can't fake authenticity and expect people not to notice. Up next, how even the acts themselves have started to blur into one another. Here's where Britain's Got Talent really starts to feel like it's on repeat. The acts. Year after year, it's the same categories, the same gimmicks, and, honestly, the same outcomes. Remember when a singing dog act or a guy playing spoons felt fresh and surprising? Now it feels like BGT is stuck in a loop. Singers with emotional ballads, dance groups with synchronized light-up shoes, magicians pulling out mind-blowing card tricks, and maybe a comedian thrown in to mix it up. You can almost guess what type of act is coming based on the music they use for the intro package. And don't even get started on the golden buzzer. What used to be a genuine surprise, reserved for acts that truly shocked or deeply moved the judges, has now become a forced moment in every season. It's no longer about talent, it's about timing. The golden buzzer feels scripted, like producers are just checking boxes for YouTube clips. The second you hear a slow piano or see a child with a backstory, you know what's coming next. Then there's the issue of professional performers sneaking in. Many recent contestants have clearly done this before, whether it's cruise ships, stage schools, or other international talent shows. You start to wonder, where are the unknowns? Where are the real diamonds in the rough? Even within categories, there's no real innovation. Dance acts often follow the same predictable format: dramatic intro, mid-performance costume change, big emotional finish. Magicians? A story about their nervousness before they blow the judges away with a trick they've already done in America, Spain, or even last year's BGT. It's not that the acts are bad. Some of them are actually really polished. But that's the problem. They're too polished. There's no edge, no awkward charm, no risk. It all feels safe, like a well-rehearsed routine instead of a discovery. And with so many acts coming in from social media, it's hard to tell where BGT begins and TikTok ends. Some contestants even reuse bits that have already gone viral online, robbing the moment of any real suspense. If you've seen it on Instagram, why would you care to see it again on primetime TV? At its core, BGT was built on surprise, on the thrill of not knowing what would walk onto that stage next. But now, you already know. You've seen this act. You've seen this story. You've seen this show. Next, we take a look at the people behind the desk, and how they might be part of the problem too. The judges used to be the heart of Britain's Got Talent, each with a distinct personality, ready to clash, laugh, or challenge an act in a way that felt authentic. But now, they feel more like props in a scripted show than the gatekeepers of Britain's actual talent. Let's start with Simon Cowell. The man was once known for brutally honest critiques that often made people wince, but also helped shape careers. Now, he's mellowed out to the point of being forgettable. It's not just age, It's the softening of BGT itself. Simon used to say what people were thinking. Now he says what the script needs. He smiles, claps, occasionally sheds a tear, and that's it. Where's the edge? Amanda Holden has basically turned into a glam cheerleader. She rarely offers constructive criticism, and when she does, it's wrapped in fluff. She's been on the panel since 2007, but lately, it feels like she's just there. More focused on viral outfits and tabloid moments than the performances in front of her. Then there's Alicia Dixon. She was brought on for her dance and performance experience, but she doesn't really push contestants or offer any fresh perspective. Like the others, she plays it safe, almost as if no one wants to be the mean judge anymore. And without that dynamic tension, the panel starts to feel like a group of overly supportive parents at a school talent show. Now let's talk about the most recent shakeup: David Walliams' departure and the arrival of Bruno Tonioli. David brought an unpredictable energy. He was funny, weird, and occasionally inappropriate, but he gave the show character. He clashed with Simon in a way that felt real, and his comedy background added a needed balance to all the drama. Bruno? He's high energy, sure, but it's the same kind of campy performance we've already seen on Strictly Come Dancing. He's entertaining, but does he bring anything new? So far, not really. He jumps out of his chair, overreacts, and hits the golden buzzer like a reflex. It's showmanship, not judgment. And that's the core issue. The panel isn't judging anymore. They're performing. Their reactions feel rehearsed. Their compliments are too polished. Criticism, when it happens, is so mild it might as well be praise. There's no real feedback, no risk of confrontation, and nothing to help an act improve. Worse, their decisions feel producer-driven. You can almost sense when someone's been pushed through for a good story rather than actual skill. The magic of the early years was unpredictability, when judges didn't always agree, when Simon could crush a weak act with one sentence, and when a performer could truly surprise them. Now, it's all applause, all the time. So with the panel phoning it in and the acts repeating themselves, what do the fans think? Coming up, the ratings tell the story, and it's not pretty. If you want real proof that Britain's Got Talent has lost its magic, just look at the numbers and the comment sections. In its prime, BGT pulled in up to 14 million viewers per episode. It was appointment television. But in recent years, viewership has steadily dropped, sometimes dipping below 5 million, even for finals. That's not just a slump, it's a signal. People are tuning out, and they're not coming back. Social media is even harsher. Reddit threads with thousands of upvotes have headlines like, "Why has BGT become so bad?" or "Anyone else feel like the show's totally scripted now?" Fans point out the same issues over and over: forced golden buzzers, fake backstories, predictable acts, and judges who seem more interested in performance than judgment. On YouTube, it's the same story. The comments under new BGT videos are filled with nostalgia and criticism. This show used to feel real. Now it's just fake drama. Bring back the old Simon, he actually told the truth. I miss when people were actually surprised. Even viral clips don't hit like they used to. Early BGT videos like Susan Boyle's audition got hundreds of millions of views organically. Newer clips? They might hit 1 million or 2, but they fade fast. Why? Because they don't resonate the same way. They feel engineered, not discovered. There's also a growing frustration with how the show treats its own audience. People don't like being lied to, and when acts are later exposed as professionals or recycled from other versions of Got Talent around the world, it feels like a bait and switch. The trust is gone. And let's be honest, British audiences are sharp. They know when something's been edited to make them cry. They know when a golden buzzer is being used to boost views instead of celebrate something genuine. And they're not afraid to call it out. That's the danger when a show loses its authenticity. It also loses its audience. And once people stop believing in the magic, they stop watching. Up next, Can anything compete with BGT now, or has the world moved on? Here's something Britain's Got Talent didn't count on: the world changing around it. While BGT stuck to its aging formula, other shows and entire platforms evolved and stole its thunder. Let's start with The Masked Singer. It's weird, flashy, and over the top, but you know what? It's fun. It doesn't pretend to be something it's not. People tune in for mystery and surprise, not emotional manipulation. And because it's unpredictable, viewers keep coming back. Then there's The Voice UK, a show that's focused entirely on talent. No sad backstories, no golden buzzer gimmicks, just pure singing ability. It doesn't always pull in huge drama, but it wins in one department where BGT has flopped lately: credibility. But the real competition? It's not even on TV. It's TikTok, it's YouTube Shorts, it's Instagram Reels. These platforms show off real talent from all over the world, unfiltered, unedited, and often more moving than anything on BGT. Someone singing in their car, dancing in their living room, or doing magic in a park can go more viral than a staged BGT audition. And Gen Z and younger millennials? That's where they're watching talent now, not on a Saturday night on ITV. Social media offers instant gratification and authenticity. You don't need a judge, a buzzer, or a fake backstory. Just raw skill and people respond. It's exactly what BGT used to offer, before the scripts, sobs, and golden glitter took over. So now, BGT isn't just battling other shows, it's battling irrelevance. Next, with all this going on, can the show bounce back, or is it too late? Britain's Got Talent didn't just lose its edge, it lost its identity. What began as a heartfelt talent show full of real surprises and everyday people has turned into a formula-driven, overproduced performance piece. The acts feel recycled, the judges disconnected, and the audience tired of being manipulated. Worse, the show's biggest threat isn't a competing network, it's authenticity itself. TikTok, YouTube, and social media have become the new stage for talent discovery, offering the rawness BGT used to own. Can the show be saved? Maybe. But it would take a serious shakeup. New rules, real unknowns, harsher judging, and less editing. If not, the curtain may quietly fall on what was once one of the greatest stages in British TV. Still watching? Then you know the show needs help. Drop a comment, like if you agree, and subscribe for more brutally honest takes just like this one.